flow is all about moving your breath and your body at the same time. It's really good for energizing in the morning. I do this kind of flow when I wake up in the morning, so it's really what starts my day. So I hope you enjoy. Close your eyes, lengthen the spine, expand the chest, and then exhale and really empty everything out of your belly. So a few more times. And go ahead and start rolling the shoulders up and down the back, continuing with the breath. One more inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. And then now start to seal the lips and move into Ujjayi. So that ocean-like sound in the back of your throat. And then start to roll the shoulders forward and back into a circle, just around the knees, moving and dipping the shoulders. So continuing with that Ujjayi breath. Change directions. This is igniting that Shakti energy, that life force. And then inhale, wave the arms to the sky. And then drop the fingertips to the right. Side bending, getting this left side body. And then like a wave, roll forward and around to switch sides. So do this about 3 to 4 more times on each side. Just moving with your breath as slow or as fast as you need. And then at the last one, come all the way back up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. And then bring your hands to your low belly, moving into fire breath. So deep breaths, going quick and then squeezing as hard as you can as you exhale. So keep going. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Relax. So just take a moment here to just observe and take it in of how awake and in the moment that you feel right now, because just breathing and moving the body side to side into circles really ignites the energy that we all have within us. Sometimes we forget that we have because we're going through the motions of work and school or whatever you have going on. So all right, let's take this energy and move it into a flow. So come onto your hands and knees. And then just to fire up the core even more after that fire breath, curl the toes under, lift the knees 1 inch off the mat, and hold. So breathing and squeezing the lowest part of your belly. Keeping the knees 1 inch off the mat, go ahead and lift the left foot off and extend it behind you, flexing the toes to the mat, and then squeeze the knee to the nose. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze. One more time. Extend. Exhale, squeeze, and then gonna place it down without dropping the knees yet. Going to the right side. So inhale, extend it behind you. Exhale, knee squeeze. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze. One more time, it should be burning. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze. Place the right foot next to the left. One big inhale and exhale. Push the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. So just start pedaling your heels as the first down dog of the day. And then you can open up your feet the width of the mat. And then walk your hands a little bit more down so it's a short downward facing dog. And then you're gonna grab your left hand outside of the right ankle and twist your heart to the sky. Take 2 more big breaths. And then look forward, switch sides. After the third breath, look forward, and then bring your feet back to the center, and then inhale, halfway lift, tippy toes. Exhale, push back. Inhale, tippy toes, come forward. Exhale, push it back. One more time, inhale up, and then this time bend the knees and step or float all the way to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. The hands can either go to the fingertips or on your shins, anywhere but the knees. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, stand all the way up. Bringing hands above your head, coming into prayer. And exhale, pull the energy down to your heart. Inhale, back up. And then to the left. And then straighten the spine. Inhale, exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or shoot the feet back into a chaturanga. So if you're landing in the chaturanga, you have to have bent elbows. And then inhale, the heart forward. Exhale, down dog. So again, opening up the feet, one breath, one movement now, looking up. Inhale forward, exhale twist. Inhale forward, again, bring the feet together. And then just kind of moving the spine and pushing back to straighten the backs of the legs. So this is just warming up the whole body. And it's also preparing your shoulders and your wrists for floating. So if you have that in your practice, you can try as you inhale, bend the knees, and then float up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up. And right away, go for those twists and side bends, and then this time you can even go all the way around to make a circle. Switch directions if you haven't already. And at the very top, inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, slight back bend, and fold over your legs. Meeting in downward facing dog. And this time, just keeping your feet together. You're gonna inhale the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee to open up the hip, paint the sky with your knee, drawing whatever it is that your hips need. And then once you come back up, flip the dog. So you're dropping the right foot behind you, dropping the hips just to make sure that you don't hurt your shoulder. And then inhale the heart to the sky. Come back up, extend the right leg to the sky, squeeze the knee to your nose, and then place it in between your hands and drop your knee for Anjaneyasana. So inhaling your heart, then grab the left wrist with your right hand, and then bend to the right. Push back, calf-seated splits. And inhale, walk the hands inside of the right leg, extending the back leg, and then dropping the elbows. Humble warrior. Push onto your hands, step back, chaturanga, and then going into the left side. So right away, left leg lifts, bend the knee, make art with your knee, using it as a paintbrush. And then once you've done this a few times, extend it up, bend it open, and drop the dog. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the nose and step it through. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, side bend to the left. Push back, warming up the hamstring. And walk your hands forward. So huge hip stretch. So you can open up the left toe and the knee and just or side to side. Just do whatever feels good. Extend on the fingertips. Step back. Vinyasa. So take 3 juicy breaths in down dog. I like to drop my hips side to side. And then when you're ready, inhale tippy toes. Each time going to the front of the mat, trying to float and hold the legs in the air longer. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Then stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Brush the fingers to the mat and wave your arms up for chair pose. And then we're just going to make this kind of fun by waving the arm back and then forward, kind of like a dance. So you're like dipping as you're twisting. So do it twice on each side. Once you get to the very center, lift on the tippy toes, chair plane your arms, and coming down for preparation for crow pose. So if you don't, so just a recap. So planting your hands, fingertips really spread out, going on your tippy toes, placing the knees on the backs of your arms as high to the armpits as you can get them, and then squeeze the core, round the spine, but look forward so you don't fall forward. And then one toe at a time, lift, crow pose. So holding this for 3 breaths. And when you're ready, try to shoot your feet back. Chaturanga. So good. So we're gonna move a little bit faster now. So same exact flow that we just did, but we're adding in a couple balancing. So inhale the right leg up, bend the knee, flip the dog. So what really ignites my breath is moving in this little yoga dance. So you can do it as slow or as fast as you want, but but make it intentional. So when I push back, I'm pushing back and lengthening my spine. And then when I'm walking forward, I go slow. And then I drop into the pose. After this hip opener, lift onto the fingertips. And then you're just going to replace the right hand outside of the foot and then jump up forward into standing splits. So this standing splits isn't going to go straight up into the standing splits. You want to keep your hips square for this one just to warm up the hamstring because you don't want to overdo it right in the beginning. And then slowly drop the head and walk the fingertips back if you can. If you need to use blocks here, I highly recommend it. But just holding here. And then when you're ready, slowly bend the back knee behind the front knee. And then inhale up for one-legged Tadasana. So you're keeping your hips square and tucked under and flexing the left toes to your face. Lift the arms to the sky. And during one motion, waving the left leg behind you as you come into airplane or warrior three. Holding here. Wave the arms behind you. And then as slow as you can go, bend the front knee and drop back into warrior one. Interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humbling your warrior with the bind. All right, circle the hands down, step back, chaturanga. So you should feel a nice little flow going on at this point. So again, go as fast or as slow as you want. Left leg lifts, bend the knee open, flip the dog. Inhale the heart, and exhale, step up. Inhale the leg, exhale, squeeze it to your nose, step it through. Remove any of these postures. These are just a nice little flow that I like to piece together, but anytime you do yoga, you can always change it up and make it your own. So lift up, again, bringing the left hand outside of the left leg, and then bend the knee, shoot your feet up, standing splits. Exhale, squeeze the knee behind the left, and then inhale, stand all the way up, using your left leg as much as you can. Flex the foot, one-legged Tadasana. Slowly wave the right leg behind you, warrior three. Flying the arms behind you, so then you can drop the leg and inhale up to warrior one. Exhale for the bind. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, dip the chest. So your left shoulder and your left knee are touching. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, and chaturanga. Three juicy breaths. All right, again, so we're really trying to, so I'm all about the core strength and handstands. If you haven't already watched my other classes, so you can walk your hands a little bit more forward. And again, we're doing this really big tucking forward, opening the shoulders, looking in between the thumbs, bend the knees, and float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drop the hips. Inhale, chair pose. And taking those nice little dancey, twisting chairs. It's like a yoga dance. Once you get in the middle, tippy toes, wave your arms. And from here, try to go right into crow pose. So still on the tippy toes, lift the feet. And shoot the feet back. From here, if you want to add on, you can drop the head into headstand. To get down, do the same thing how you came up. Bend the knees, bring it to your chest, place it on the backs of your arms, using your core, lift, and shoot the feet back. Coming all the way under your belly if you want to break. Inhale the heart. Exhale, child's pose. So your body should be nice and sweaty by now, but let's just slow it down a little bit, walking your fingertips to the right, all the way, placing the left hand on top of the right and dropping the heart. Go ahead and switch sides just by walking your fingertips all the way over to the left, placing the right hand on top of the left, and drop. Coming back to the center and just roll yourself forward onto your belly, extending both of your arms out, coming onto your left fingertips, and then rolling over onto the right side. Inhale, coming back onto your belly, and exhale, changing sides, pushing into your right fingertips, and then looking up to the sky to really open up your heart and your chest. Come back onto your belly. Inhale up to upward facing dog. And I have a little trick for you to try. So coming to down dog, you're going to try to shoot the legs in between the hands into boat pose. So however you want to get there, you can either just sit down and come into it, or you can try to bend the knees, jump through, and sit right into it. So if you want to get there, meet me here. Extending through the heart, lengthening the spine as if there's a string pulling from your chest up to the sky, and lift the arms. Take a big inhale, And then exhale, lower halfway down. Extend the arms behind you. And inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale behind you. Come up. Do it 3 more times. High to low boat. This is the last one, so lift. Exhale down. And release your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Your core should be nice and fired up and ready to do 3 rounds of back bends. So first round, simple. Inhale, lift the hips. Curl the shoulder blades under and reach your hands for your ankles. Bridge pose. And just take 5 breaths here, warming up the back. And slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, drop the hips. Just windshield wiper your knees instead of pulling the knees to your chest just yet. Going for round 2, you can either do that same exact thing or go deeper and do the full wheel. So making sure that your hands are flat and your elbows are close into your ears. And lift. Taking 5 breaths. I like to rock front and back in my first wheel pose, so just warming up. Slowly lower down, exactly how you came up. So head, upper back, lower back, hips. Again, windshield wiper the knees. And we're taking the last round, so doing the deep expression of your practice. So whether that's a forearm wheel or just a wheel with one leg up in the sky, whatever it is. I'm gonna do a couple different ones if you wanna watch. And when you're ready, release out of that back bend and meet me in a simple child's pose or on your back with your knees to your chest. All right, giving yourself a hug and a little massage in the low back, preparing for a gentle twist. Dropping the knees to the left, waving the right arm open and looking to the right. Not forcing anything anymore, just allowing your body to be still. Changing sides when you're ready. Inhaling the knees back to the chest, giving yourself a squeeze. And before we go into Shavasana, I want you to actually squeeze your legs so tight that you're kissing your knees or you're touching your forehead to your knees and you're engaging every part of your body, squeezing all the way from your toes, your legs to your forehead and your scalp. Big inhale and exhale. Release all the way down into the corpse, just allowing everything to let go, coming to a normal breath, thinking about what you're grateful for before just coming back into the present moment. I hope you guys loved this flow. Whenever you're ready, start to wiggle and move your body as if you're waking up in the morning. Come into a seated meditation like how we started, giving yourself thanks and gratitude for putting yourself through this half hour of movement and breath. The lightened student in me honors the lightened student in you. Namaste. Sending you guys all my love and my hugs.